What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for Real Housewives of Potomac. I have, today is ladies' night, child. It's only
It's
ladies.
ladies' night. Yes, we are some very nice ladies.
No, this
We
place.
are.
We're respect. I might not be considered a respectable lady today, but
I know,
Well,
I
when
don't-
people show their boobs off
me and
and stuff,
Jasmine
I
was
just
just
call. I just
talking
have to
about.
check in.
like, let me put my
Exactly.
ring on so y'all think my husband.
Asia, I gotta ask you, like they asked Wendy, is everything going on okay?
Is
Because
everything
you got you
alright?
showing a little extra skin.
I know,
Like,
but just let us know.
just let us
I
know.
mean,
We concerned.
I wish a bitch who ain't had nobody would. Okay. Where's your husband at? He asking me about mine. Me and mine, we just got a new Benz.
Oh,
We're
Period.
fine. Yes.
ooh.
Honey.
Mercedes. We're rich.
So, we got people here in the chat, of course. We're gonna talk about the episode 8 of last night. Look at that. My speaking of your man, my man just said, "Hey, babe, hey, babe." He over here-
Hey,
I
honey.
thought on the phone real quick. Oh, he gotta go. He's at work right now. But basically, this episode, what were you thinking about this episode?
I
It
think
gave
it was
filler
a-
tease.
Yeah, it was a filler.
It still was a good episode. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was a filler with some drama. It was, I mean, it was a good filler. Like if this is what fillers need to be, then do this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Set the standard for fillers.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. If you're gonna be a filler, at least give me something to, look forward to the next episode. So I definitely think it set us up for. I'm not sure. Are they coming back next week or are they doing a break? Because when they,
I didn't see a break. Usually
Okay.
they'll say like to be back in 2 weeks. They didn't
2
say.
weeks. When
So-
they do those trailers like that, it makes me think they're gonna come back in like 2 weeks. But if they don't, I'm good with it. I just think it showed us a lot of what can come next, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about first. Actually, was the mid. So that's the mid-season trailer actually revealed. It came out like Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. So when that came out, I kind of knew that it was going to be a this basically was the mid-season. I didn't expect it to be 8 episodes in.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe they're just doing it early, but they did a good job. Like, what are y'all thoughts on the mid-season trailer, and what are y'all most excited for? Excited the most to see in the second half of the season? Asia.
I'm excited to see wide body.
Next week.
I want to see. I can't wait to see Ashley get her life given to her, because we all know I don't like her. So I'm ready for Candiace and pipe up on that Ashley girl, on that Dusty Darby girl. And I'm really looking forward to not seeing Robyn finger herself in his Sherpa on a couch anymore. I'm really looking forward to Robyn no longer looking like Rachel Dolezal. Like I'm ready for her to upgrade herself a little bit again.
So anything in the actual trailer?
Oh, wide body. Sorry.
Anything in the actual trailer?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, trailer.
I'm sorry.
I want to see Karen and Ray's. I'm looking forward to they wedding, they renewal thing. Yeah.
Okay. It looked really nice. Seeing Karen like that in a good light. Like, I really like that. What about you, Jasmine?
I definitely, you know how you get so mad at somebody, you do some weird shit, like just say fuck you like that. I am looking forward to seeing Candiace say just fuck you. Like, that's how you know when somebody done got you to a motherfucking level, and you just be like like in the middle of the fucking conversation, like whatever. So I am ready to see that. I was looking at a blog, I'm not sure which one it was, but I'm interested in seeing like the marriage dynamic of people, like, Chris and Candiace, you got Juan, and I want to know what that conversation between Juan and Robert was. I'm done. He driving off the car.
Oh yeah.
I hope he snaps on her. So
they make it seem like he's leaving her, but I'm sure that's probably.
I'm sure it's not, but I do want to know what that conversation entailed for him to walk off like that. So I am, just wanting to see, dive a little bit deeper. I want to also see how Mia, whatever. I just want to see how she fares to the end of it all. Like, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
These comments.
I don't know what I'm thinking about. Most excited to see. Like, I'm ready to see it all. I will say the moment you mentioned where she was like, "Fuck you," I'm not gonna lie. Ashley kind of stole that from me. But she kind of like won me over when she was like, "What? I like little childish
really.
I like childish things like that. Like even
she just didn't have nothing else to talk about. Like you could tell.
I know, but sometimes it's not about what you say; it's just what you do in the moment. And it was, I mean, that will probably be memed so well. What? Like, just think about it. It's a moment. That's just me. And
a moment that Candiace brought to the table. Like, it's just like that.
But I bet you, if Ashley did that in the middle of a fight and Monique hit her, they would be mad at Monique.
Well, I'm not no Ashley fan, so I'm just saying, I think she's still dusty. But that's just me.
She is Dusty Darby. As long as we on the same page with that, it's fine.
Ashley,
like a little, I can't stand troll middle fingers. You can like her little troll fingers. I'm fine with that.
Ronnie thinks that Ashley is good for the series. He also mentioned Escala too. I think Escala got a confessional this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she looked really good. I was like, okay, girl.
She's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Do you think she could bring a little more though? Me personally, I feel like she could.
Not as a friend, but I'm gonna do what my paycheck tells me to do.
Well, I mean, as a first season person, I think, not even a peach holder. I think she brought it. I think that she did well with it. For real.
Like she just kind of like,
she's being a friend of the show, and it's not really necessary to bring up drama that doesn't concern you. Yeah. Like Robyn's doing that enough, so why would we need a scholar to do it too?
Yeah.
But I do wish that a scholar would have said what she said in the confessional to Robyn right then in the moment, because at the end of the day, although in the confessional, Scholar was like, well, that's a good friend, just kind of just brush it under the rug. It was very much so like that wasn't your conversation. You got into it by your own admission. So I really shouldn't even apologize for that. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't even think in that moment watching it, when I watched it, I didn't even think Wendy was talking to her. I thought she was dead ass looking at Gizelle. So when you insert yourself and stuff like that, I I think that a scholar should have said that right in the moment, because that's everybody. I feel like everybody was thinking it.
Do you think the scholar was just shocked to see her like that? Like the girl literally was 4 shots and 2 drinks in, fingering herself. Like, I think a scholar was really shocked. Like, who is this bitch?
I could definitely see that her being shocked, but at the end of the day, I do think that they've had some time alone, and that she could have, told her how she felt then. At the end of the day, when she was in the confessional, it shows me that she did understand and look at the same situation that everybody else looked at and got the same kind of majority thought process and perspective on what everybody else saw too. Mm-hmm. So I just feel as though at that moment, if she felt like Robyn, like everybody else, just inserted herself for no reason, trying to get that action, get that moment, then I think that at some time when they was there, that they had some alone time to see she could have projected that to her as well.
I want to say something. As far as a scholar, it's interesting because she's Robyn's friend.
Right.
She's Robyn's friend, and so she kind of, I don't think she don't straddle the fence. She does say to whatever side. She ain't flip-floppy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I worry for her because she's more now, in the current time, she's more closer to Candiace than she is. I ain't say she's closer to her than Robyn, but she was introduced as Robyn's friend. But we know typical housewife culture. Just because somebody comes in as your friend, typically you probably didn't even know that person. You know what I'm saying?
You probably just met.
Like people were saying, like that she may get a wine glass next season. She may take Robyn's spot. But let me tell you one thing: Robyn, as much as we have thought she was gonna leave, she ain't going nowhere. This season proves it. Yeah. You can tell like she's definitely doing a whole lot more, you know what I'm saying, than she ever done, while also not doing much of waking up at 2:00 in the evening.
So talking with food in her damn mouth all the time.
She's doing more for the show than she is at home. Okay, and that's what's more at risk at home with her husband and her kids. But I wanted to move into talking about this because I felt like everybody was talking about it. They were saying, why ain't Candiace defending Wendy, blah, blah, blah. In this scene, in the first scene, do y'all feel like Candiace defended Wendy well or no?
I don't even know if she was defending her. I wouldn't even say she was.
What would you call it?
I think she was just speaking to what she saw. I think if the roles were reversed, then she would still say those same things in reverse. So yes, it was in in Wendy's like defense, but I don't feel like she was purposely trying to defend. She was just trying to say what was separate right from wrong in that moment. So it's not gonna seem like a good defense if that wasn't your goal. That wasn't what you set out to do.
That's true. That's true.
Do I think that Candiace should have been more vocal about the Wendy thing? I do. I do think that she has. Okay. What I think the issue with what I think the thought process is that I do think that she saw Wendy and Karen getting closer, so she put them in the cottage. They've gotten closer, but she's still looking at Karen's side eye. So at the end of the day, I think it all is all wrapped into one. But like I've said on previous leans, is that I think that the loyalty that Wendy showed her with the whole Monique situation, not even just defending, like taking Monique's side or anything, but just being loyal to the friend that brought you on the show. I do wish to have seen more of that coming from, reciprocated, coming from Candiace to Wendy. So I just feel like there should be a hard, okay, leave Wendy alone. She got new titties. So what? She, what I'm saying, whatever. Like that's not like the point right now. So I think that she should be like having a hard defensive take up for Wendy moment, and I haven't seen it yet.
I feel like in this scene, I don't want to say defending, but I think what people were expecting, and this is just fans, I read comments all day long, Twitter and stuff like that, and people was like, it's messed up, Wendy had her back last season, why isn't she defending her, blah, blah, before this episode. So in this episode, when the first scene is that she's been saying like, basically that everybody has triggers, what I'm saying, which is very true. Well, I guess what stood out to me was that the first thing Gizelle, in this group, they love to say, well, maybe they shouldn't be in this group. They love, they ice Monique out of the group. I mean, rightfully so. Yeah. But they iced her out the group. And so the first is like, they love to be like, well, she shouldn't be in this group. I like that she was just like, no. Like, no, we're not going to go on that path. I think that was more so her really standing up to be like, no, we're not going to do that,
Yeah.
I think their relationship, Candiace's and Gizelle's relationship is interesting, I will say, because
it is.
Whereas Candiace would still get Gizelle together because she did last season at the very beginning of the season. I don't think they're as close as people say they are, but she does enjoy time with Gizelle and Robyn. I've literally seen her on live say, "Don't talk about Robyn or you get blocked." So I think like there's something more there, but I still think that she would hold them accountable if something popped out. She knows she knows like it's we three, right? But that's see y'all too. It's like it's like when in every group chat, there's a smaller group chat.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I mean, one thing I can say is that Candiace is trying to be more neutral on this trip because she did invite everybody, and I understand that. And I mean, hearing you say that, I can't say, okay, yeah, she did say no, but at the end of the day, like I just feel like when people, it's okay to be like, you're dead ass wrong. Like I'm sorry. Like if that was my friend, I'm sorry. I would just say that y'all dead ass wrong because it's very clear. Like what I'm saying, what we've seen. She took Robyn upstairs to talk about stuff that she knew was gonna be too sensitive to talk about in front of the Karens, in front of the scholars, to all of these new people and stuff like that. Then why couldn't she have taken Wendy? Like Wendy didn't do the same thing. So at the end of the day, like when Robyn goes to that table, she talking about she flips it and talking about you're supposed to be my friend and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, no, the way they treated Wendy at that whole weekend was full of shit.
Really I have a theory about that.
Go ahead.
My theory is Ashley really want to have a problem with Wendy. She want to have a beef with Wendy because I could just tell. So it seems like Wendy is just not giving it to her. That's why Ashley herself inserted her in that mess. And that's why Gizelle was like, well, Ashley, you've kind of been excluded from the group with the baby thing. So come on in. This is like the way you can introduce yourself into the drama. That popcorn got to be good.
I mean, for real.
You looking like Robyn talking with your food in your mouth now, friend.
I'm about to turn this camera off and eat.
Start licking his fingers and some more shit.
I'm sorry, but that's my theory is it was a setup so Ashley could be inserted into the drama. That's the only reason it wasn't pulled to the side, because if Gizelle was being the least bit of a friend and had real genuine concern, we all know what she would have done.
Right.
And she ain't do it.
And then I think I just saw somebody say, I don't believe nobody treated Wendy poorly. I absolutely.
There's a couple people that come in saying that extra.
I really, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, when you think of little stuff like when Robyn came and they was all at dinner, she was like, what did I miss? Oh, Giselle's like, oh, Wendy was offended by what I said last night. Oh, okay. Like the dismissive shit all weekend and all the little stuff. It had nothing to do with Robyn. So what Wendy said at that table was very true. At the end of the day, my friends don't rock.
I want to ask something about that, as I found out some other tea as it relates to Robyn and Wendy. So apparently, yes, they all did hear about these rumors. So apparently, the person that had heard of the rumors first is actually supposed to be Robyn. So there's a blog. There's a blog that apparently reported rumors on all this stuff. Same blog that said that. What she say? They said that Wendy's family was like not a cult. It was something.
Was cursed. They were like a curse.
Yeah. So this same blog had rumors about everything, and I think they had rumors about all their husbands. But I believe that the issue is really more so with Robyn, because apparently they talked about this, but they decided to bring it to the show. So I think Gizelle and Ashley are more pawns.
I did read that.
And Robyn is more of the person who really, and I think that's why we got that attack when she was just like, your husband. It's a lot more to it, and I hope they get into it at the reunion. But that's just what I did in my little research that over the last week.
So that blog bring it to Gizelle, and Gizelle brought it to Ashley.
I think so. That's what it sounded like.
Allegedly, when Karen said we all knew about the rumors, I believe the rumors weren't just for Wendy, it was for all of them. So
they were specifically for Robyn, Gizelle, Candiace, and no Karen, no Ashley.
Yeah.
But Robyn, Gizelle, Candiace for sure. And definitely Wendy. Definitely Wendy.
They had all types of rumors on Wendy, child.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely Wendy.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe I think that's why it seems like, they both, Robyn and Wendy, it's like they displayed some kind of hurt this episode. How did y'all feel about when she was talking about how, it's a blog, it's a rumor. Like, why is she going off about a rumor? And you, of course, we can always go back to when she popped up on Ashley.
Right.
My finger in your face.
I just want to say that I just think I think Chad from this show said that it's just so much, hypocrisy on this show, because it's like Gizelle, and it's unfair for them to get on Wendy like this, because she's still new. Robyn and Gizelle and even Ashley and Karen have built up a wall to where you can come at their marriage, and honestly, they probably gonna play with the storyline, but it won't get to them like it got to Wendy. I feel like Wendy's still new, you know what I'm saying? And so, let her get as confident, or let her be as blind to the cheating shit that go on.
Well, Robyn is actually, she's faking the phone. Because if she really wasn't that upset, she wouldn't have done that whole theatrical shit at that goddamn table and called that man on FaceTime and was like, "Hi, imaginary friend or husband." What the hell? Because it was that shit. I'm sitting here looking at that damn episode, like, just disgusted, because it's just like, Robyn, shut up with that fucking thing around your neck. Like, I could not stand Robyn in this episode, because
the food in her mouth while she talking,
and the food in her mouth, the drinks,
Robyn was
the
drunk.
braids,
Robyn was drunk.
The blonde braids with the pale skin. I couldn't take it. I didn't like it.
Rachel Dolezal did not have a good episode. She did not.
I just felt like that whole situation at that table was just bullshit, because you gonna call, you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna care. I don't listen to a blog. You called your man at a table full of women to say some shit like that. So I'm sorry. And then you get mad talking about some, you was at my engagement party, the loudest, and I can't believe you would even say some shit like that. No, bitch, show you that.
Okay, but hold up. Now, I do want to say something on that. And I see a lot of comments going. I'm going to add them too. I see Charles actually cleared up a little bit about the what we're talking about, the off-camera stuff for Wendy and Robyn. About the block. So he says that Robyn wanted to know if Ed could get the block shut down. It wasn't supposed to be brought on camera. I think that's where it's a whole like a plot. You know how last year, you know how Monique said last. So child, look, at this point, we're gonna see. But what I wanted to say to your comment was, I kind of feel Robyn on that. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you get into an argument with somebody, there's so many ways you can go. And I get some of us go real low. That's fine. I don't feel like I'm arguing with you. I just want to end it. But honestly, for her to say that, she had to have been thinking that. And when you look back at the cameras, she was the most, you know, celebrating and going crazy last season. So it's kind of like, well, damn, was this friendship?
I would have been happy too. I love Black love. So who cares next?
Exactly, Asia.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I have so many thoughts about relationships that I'd be like, okay, y'all.
Right.
But to go that deep though, you don't think that maybe it's just two things. One, Karen got in her head and she's now a pawn for Karen, which I said last week. Or she been thinking those things and kind of sitting on them for a rainy day, like we always do with Shay. I'm just saying.
Well, my thing is, again, I don't know if I just said this on here or on before we got on here, but I don't think that Wendy was talking to her. She wasn't even looking at her. She was just in, like, when you're talking, yeah, bitch, you can leave too. I done got to argue with people. What are you doing here too? Leave too. Bye. A lot of them shot at everybody. Mm-hmm. And I mean, at the end of the day, Wendy said sorry, but you know, pretty much I wasn't even talking to you for real. Like, so like, I don't know. I just feel like Robyn really just wanted to make a problem out of it and then made it about her when Mia, although I thought she sounded like an imbecile, a fucking nincompoop at the damn dinner table. I thought she sounded like a complete buffoon. But I did understand when she was like, okay, back to where the drama was at, Gizelle and Wendy, because Robyn was not even in the fucking thing. That's where I got from it. So.
Yes, you were right about that.
I agree on all. I do agree with that. Like, girl, be quiet, because when you know, it's kind of like when somebody start laughing, right? You don't get the one that calls a joke. You get the one that laughs.
You laugh too hard.
And so in this case, girl, you said something. It's like, oh, you want something?
Right.
So I get it. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, they were just hanging out 2 episodes ago in her fucking sweatshop. In Robyn's sweatshop, they was hanging out, you know?
And she was, Robyn low-key was like throwing shots then.
She sure was. That's why I think it's funny how she's like, well, you did it so quick. It was just so quick like that. But it just was just so quick like that when you thought that she was taking up for Karen at her housewarming. I mean, her house titty party. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it was just that quick for her just to be switching out. And then Gizelle and her gets into it before the pamper party about checking her. It's just, no, they're acting like mean girls. I don't care what nobody's saying. It didn't have nothing to do with Robyn. At the end of the day, that's why Mia said, okay, this was about Gizelle and her. I mean, you said you didn't even know.
She knew. Like I said, like this comment here, right here, Brooke said, Wendy Def said something to Robyn first because she knew that they had already spoke off camera. You know what I'm saying? I was told that this scene was like long and just like a lot of stuff I was told some things that was said, but some things that was said.
Can we talk offline about that? Because I really want to hear whatever.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's some things that they really could not air that would cause legal issues. But Wendy said a lot of stuff.
I heard Wendy went the fuck in.
Yeah,
okay, like
I heard you can't play with like that.
Rape allegations and everything. I mean,
what you say? What?
Yes, it was a lot. So
it was a lot. I'm sure.
So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, they aired what they could, but the girl was upset. She was mad. I mean, I feel like,
and she released the venom. You don't know how people gonna react. So you gotta be real careful. And then when you know, like now that we know this is how Wendy reacts, you are not allowed to be shocked when she do it again. Next time you bring bullshit to her, because this is how Wendy reacts about Eddie and probably them goddamn 3 beautiful ass kids she got too.
Yep.
So let's not talk about the family because you gonna get it.
Next caller. Because let me just say this. If Candy can be like that, if she can slap her arms like that and say, I will drag you about Todd, that wasn't even really bad everything. I damn no think that Wendy can damn say, you got me fucked up and I would drag you with these cameras watching and not watching about Eddie and my 3 children's daddy. Mm-hmm. Like some people don't play like that.
Yes.
Drag is all over this scene, all over this cast.
No, I said rape. Allegations.
Rape allegations. That's what I said. What? Not on the lean.
Rape, honey.
Not on the lean.
Okay, so let's move to the other thing. I know, but not race allegations, child. So, Skylar, Wendy, and Karen. This scene took me out. I'm sorry. Please, somebody give Wendy a little baby in me because she really tried to evoke this emotion. And you know what it reminded me of? I know y'all have seen Why Did I Get Married, right?
No, my
You remember
God.
when Sheila said, "Oh,"
I thought the
so
same
much
thing.
joy in my heart.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
So that's my takeaway from that scene. What do y'all think? Y'all get anything from that scene?
I said, where's Candiace folded napkin when you need it, baby?
I am sorry. I'm so sorry.
She, you know what? She actually got tears out. I just know she worked really hard
to get them.
You can see the veins in her head popping out.
I think at the end of the day, her feelings was hurt, but she did push them little tears out because, baby, I think she was more mad than anything, but she had to display other emotions than aggressive black girl.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
It was a mess.
Because when I rewinded that part, because I didn't know where the sound had came from. I said, "Wait," and then when I saw what's I said, "Oh, she is upset."
She's something now. Because Eddie is such a good man.
Skylar was like,
he's a good father. I was like, okay, girl, bitch, shit.
Skylar was like, no, Wendy, no. Show her.
I think they both was in the scene like,
yeah. That's the sad.
My TV froze. My TV froze right on that part, and you just see her be like, and my husband was like, "What's going on here?"
Why she even crying that hard like that? She's like, "He's a good man. He's a good father."
Right.
Stop. Okay, we gotta stop because I can't.
Okay, sorry.
Danny said if I wasn't looking, I would have thought it was an orgasm at first.
I'm telling you,
she did three. She did three of them. It was three. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
She was getting the tears out.
I was like, Nate, to cover your ears.
God, I can't believe you compared it to Why Did I Get Married?
So those were the sounds that I was expecting to come out of Robyn when she was fingering herself on the couch.
If you don't stop mentioning that,
that is disgusting.
Because ban this video because of Robyn and her coochie mama scratch.
Have you just been around somebody that's just like drunk like that? That when they get drunk, they become vulgar, and it's just like, I can handle some nasty talk like, yes, girl, let me eat your coochie or something like that. I'm eating this. Somebody eating me tonight. You know, that portion one was kind of right on that level, like right at the edge of maybe I don't want to hear.
But I feel like Portia forgot she was mic'd right there.
She forgot she was mic'd.
You know, but the way they weren't supposed to be getting filmed, remember?
But Robyn, she gives me that out over the line type.
I couldn't. It was giving me Basketball Wives, pussy patting vibes.
Yeah,
right. Thank you, Daddy. Tonight is the last time you mentioned that finger, please. That we don't want it. That finger need to be chopped off.
I got new
with
fingers
your whiskey
now.
Breath. With your whiskey breath.
These gonna be my new fingers.
They went by the pool and stuff. Of course, I like people. So some folks mentioned it here that a scholar actually did come at Gizelle and was like, "You started that last night." I was like,
yeah.
I didn't know where it was going to go, but Gizelle was kind of. She was kind of receptive, like in a way of, you know, being a little piped down than what she would usually be. And so I was like, okay, Escala, I think Escala is, like you said, maybe it's her first season. She's kind of warming in. I don't know what other drama she has this season, but she's doing something. And I like that she kind of, she don't straddle the fence. She really is not a biased person to anybody. She just is a real person. So that's good.
I think that they respect that and can see that a little bit. Like, people know who they can fuck with and who they can't, who got some messiness on them and who don't. So I feel like they can tell that she's kind of just like a even keel, even temper type of person. So they're not even trying to fuck with her.
Yeah.
They tried at first, though.
The video and the dance off.
That was cute.
I think it gave me
I do like episodes like this too, because it does give you that fun. Like they doing, you know what I'm saying? When they go on these trips, I don't mind them arguing, but not every damn scene. It's like, so I'm glad that they're able to have a little fun. Who you think really won?
The first set, the Wendy and
Gizelle, well, Robyn. No,
I thought Robyn did really well. Actually, Robyn, she can't dance, but her and Mia were actually. Giselle was off. She tagged, can't dress.
Well, that's why I
can't dress, can't dance, can't sing, can't act.
Right. But I thought they should have won. Or if they didn't win, it's because Gizelle messed them up.
She did. Because that's all I was focused on.
Yeah. Because they gave it to Karen though. I mean, I guess they're just because
everybody was on in.
Karen was cute. You know, Karen is almost 60. I remember, like when I think about that, I'm like, I applaud her for being able to do things, hang with these girls because she's almost 60. And I said 60 is old, but my grandma's 65, and it's like she ain't doing nothing close to that.
Oh wow, yeah.
And so it's just like
really
I feel like I applaud her for being able to hang with these women because she is of age, but she looks good. She moves still like nothing really stops her, you know.
Yeah, and then she be taking shots of Fireball and shit. She be getting down with you.
Oh, she get you.
That whiskey do not hold her back at all. If
let me get a little bit tequila. When she did like that, I started.
Y'all got Casamigos? That's the vibe it gave me.
I said, Lord.
So then after that, I mean, they play tennis. So some of the girls go play tennis. And some of the girls go to the Surrey County sworn in. If I heard one more thing about Surrey County, I'm sorry. I'm tired of hearing about Surrey County, but I'm happy for her for getting the key to the county, the barn. What was it? Key to the barn? I don't know. Anyway, so at the tennis thing, the only thing that stood out to me, and y'all can add more, of course, was that you can see Robyn being like, I know who's not getting invited to my wedding. I know who's not coming to the reception. And I was like, I know who ain't coming either. One.
Right. One, the kids, your parents.
The kids going to be there.
If daddy ain't there,
One ain't going to be there.
Juan gonna miss it.
Ronnie said the key to the 7-Eleven. Okay.
Oh, I really think that it's a good thing that she's doing that though, because from what I know that little county is like kind of just really small. Don't really have a lot of shit. You got to go really out of the city, out of the county to go get, some clothes, go to Target or some shit like that. So I thought it was really good.
But at the most interesting from that actual sworn in, get the key to the. What is it, 7-Eleven? Whatever we get to, is that she reveals that she is putting out a 3-wick candle line to Lagna, and I just want to say Karen is shady as fuck. Because do y'all think she didn't want to say it in front of Wendy? Answer the question first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So because he pulled it out of her, she was kind of like, oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's like when you and your friend meet a dude and you like had already been messing with the dude, but you ain't say nothing, and then your friend be like, "Oh, I really like him. We went on a date," and you don't want to be like, "Oh, girl, I already fucked." Like that's what it was giving me.
Oh my god.
I was just like, that's kind of shady. And she took to Instagram last night saying that she didn't take the idea from her, of course, and stuff like that. And the shade was that hers is a 1-wick candle, hers is a 3-wick candle.
3-wick candle. Yeah.
I feel like Wendy's just not winning with the candles like she should be. Mia came out with one. Karen already had the idea. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm thinking too hard about it.
It was interesting. I mean, it does. I would have. It wasn't surprising coming from her. I think it's the fact that Wendy has one supposedly, and she consulted with her about one, and then it's like, oh, I have one too. I'm not saying she stole it, but it's just like, well, girl, why you didn't say back then? Yeah. Oh, I'm working on one too. Something like that. I just feel like
she could have said that. Yeah, I think she definitely could have said it in the first meeting. And then, like you said, I did seem like she was. I kind of thought that maybe until you just said that, I thought that maybe she didn't think it was the right time because it was just like the.
Yanni said, like, I'm getting off the key in the comments. Shout out to Yanni said every week going off.
I love Yanni said comments. Baby, where I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the candle situation. It's just like, Wendy, you just need to put it out because you're gonna keep getting clowned.
Girl, and Mia put a candle out already. Karen put out candles.
I think she thinking too hard about it.
Well, Karen Ray said like non-essential line too. So he didn't just say candle.
Oh, I might have missed that part.
He said like other household items. So I was just like,
she needs to do it, but she needs to do it as if it's not the main focus. Do it like, oh, I want to put out some candles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she's thinking so much into candles. She didn't think of the bigger picture. Like, think deeper into the vision that she has, which is like to have the whole home essentials line, right? Ain't that what you want?
But I just think that with how much effort, just thinking that have a marketing degree, just a business degree, whatever. I'm just thinking that with that, I think that if she was really going to do the essential line, that she should be doing that strong as well, because with how much time and effort that she picked in with the name Yanni. Oh, Yanni, that's something else. What's her name?
Yen. I think it's like
Yen. Yen, whatever, no disrespect to it.
The name of the candle. It's like
she don't pick out all this stuff and then got a name, got a description of it, got a whole thing of it. So it's kind of just centered around that candle, and that's kind of that's what I was perceiving.
But we don't even know the scent. Well, she ain't tell us lemon flavor, mint, watermelon, lavender. We ain't got nothing.
Raven said Wendy didn't even have a business plan, so what was there really to steal?
But did y'all see the tea about that? What? Eddie registered the business in 2020, but then she got on the show. It's like, oh, you have to register a business, and they're like, but it's already registered, and you registered in 2020. Yes, it was just floating around Twitter. Lord. So then they were like, see, Wendy fake, because she is changing, because she dumbing herself down for TV. And I was like, I don't. And I was like, could be, because I don't know. That ain't my fight, but
oh my gosh.
They did say it's already registered. She was just playing dumb.
Now, did he say on there, yeah, we have to do that, or that it's already done? Did he not say that, yeah, you have to do that, as if it wasn't already done?
That's what I got. That's what I got from it.
Like, was playing and acting child. They probably was doing what they need to do for the scene.
Well, he looked like he was looking at her like, you don't know that? Like, you don't know that?
Maybe she was the one that was. Maybe
you right. You are right,
him.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's true. Wait, not my fight. I don't got to fight.
No, I hate when you say
that. So then also after they leave the Surrey County swearing or whatever it is.
7-Eleven.
My eyes are watering. Something else is around here.
In the car. Now this moment, this is why I can't do Mia, okay? Because I'm just like, you are just ill. So she tells Wendy that Gizelle says she was a weak bitch, right?
Yeah.
And so last week I got my life because I'm like, I see the little preview. She's like, you did, and I'm like, okay, she gonna say it. But in my head, I should have known that would have been true because it's Mia, the pamphlet mover. But basically, that kind of goes into it, and so of course we moving around. But it turns out that she really didn't say it. What she basically now. That could be very much so understood as, not a weak bitch, but when you put the word weak bitch on there, that makes it so much worse. It's like you trying to cause some real problems, And I just didn't like that. And it's to the point to where even Wendy was like, Mia, just stop. Like, girl, shut up.
Like, she looked like a nincompoop. I really can't stand Mia, but like I said, she definitely
nincompoop is killing me.
I cannot stand her for real. She looks like a fucking nincompoop. I can't stand her, but like I said, in that moment, she was in the right by directing it to where it needed to go, because Robyn was too involved. It wasn't about Robyn, stuff like that. Okay, but what we really talk about is where your real issue is with Gizelle, and she calling you a weak ass bitch. And I
know the way she delivered it, I'm just like, ooh,
right.
Oh my God, can I tell you, y'all both from Tennessee right now, weak ass bitch. The way y'all say it, it's like y'all Memphis and Chi-Town. I see it.
I can relate to weak ass bitch, not weak bitch, because weak bitch that's kind of, to me, that's like white folks stuff, child. And where I'm from, it's weak ass bitch or weak ass
bitch. Hold on, weak ass hoe. What?
Yeah, that too. You gotta have to ask.
What up?
What?
Exactly. But basically,
when you look at it, maybe it is the chat and the Memphis in us. Because when I heard what was really said, I was like, okay, so she calls you a weak ass bitch.
Yeah, so, she said roll up. That's what she said.
So that's the energy Mia gave at that table, and I'm like, really?
It wasn't even like that.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
Yeah. Oh, come on. So we're gonna just move on past that, because it could have been a great moment, but it wasn't.
It really was.
I did like when Candiace said, we're gonna dress nice, no jeans, and they panned over to Gizelle and her jeans.
Yeah,
she was so cute.
Her crop top,
and she really did that. Let me say this: did not in nobody's mind did anybody not think that Gizelle and Robyn were getting sexy after they just told Robyn? I mean, Wendy not to get sexy. Like, man, that's what I thought, because with the crop top, then Gizelle show was having her titties out in one, then he go Robyn with the cheetah print or the leopard print, whatever kind of print it was, on both the little set. Like, they both was dressing young. I mean, that little set, like, Robyn's 40, like the little set. I didn't like the little set. So, did nobody think that?
This is the most we've seen Robyn try to put to. So I'm honest. If I think of past seasons, I have never gotten fashion from Robyn. I never looked for it. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Because have you got it this season? Huh? You got it this season?
I'm not pleased, but she's tried to. You know, people just because I don't like the look, don't mean it's not a look to somebody.
All I got was dressing the pants. All I got is Orange Is the New Black and Rachel Dolezal. Them the only two looks I didn't get from
Braids.
Them braids are terrible.
Robyn and so this is where Robyn and Wendy kind of had a little moment, right? And so Robyn, I don't know if she must have text one underneath the phone. Maybe you know what? She couldn't have text one because when she got on the phone and said, I'm my non-existent husband, my non-existent man, one didn't even want to be on the phone.
Yeah.
He barely likes her. He barely likes her.
He stayed cutting her off on the phone.
It could have been a great moment, but it was like Wendy clearly is looking at you like, girl.
She ignored you.
People were laughing at Robyn, and I think she thought they were laughing with her.
Yeah.
But they were laughing at you.
Yeah.
At your face.
It wasn't a bar.
It was not a bar.
It wasn't a bar.
Look, not a bar of the day.
It was not a bar. We're gonna have so much fun. We finally play this game because it's gonna be everything. Like, I was like Robyn, and that's how I know Robyn is doing act. Whether we believe it or not, if you look back at this season, she's doing a whole lot more than she's ever done before.
She know her job is on the line and she need that chick.
And so
you think even when Monique put that umbrella to her neck, I thought that she did well that season or no?
I thought she did well in that moment, and then
she did.
A
Robyn has been trying to. Robyn took that line from the reunion. I'm so glad that she that was her biggest moment ever in the whole damn franchise. So from that point, she likes to do things like that. Like clearly she got Asia hooked by hitting her kuka mama. I'm just saying.
I said I was gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I was a scholar in the moment, like
because it's just like with those braids and your finger doing that, you're giving me you're giving me shit.
And the blanket, the shirt. I was just like, dang, you really should just have enjoyed
and the skin, the pale, no color on the skin and the braids, and then with those, then she had on those shorts with that puffy shirt.
She
had on them like blue jean shorts with
talking about Robyn.
Yeah.
That outfit was not
awful.
A bar.
It was awful.
That is funny.
I think that overall Robyn is doing more this season. I have to agree with you, good doctor. I do. I also feel like it's because a scholar is here. And she is a good contender for friend of the show. She could potentially take Robyn's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Robyn, never mind.
I love when you do that.
You know what? I don't want to do any more Robyn slander because the comments are going in. There is a comment on here that I was just like, should I even put on the screen?
I just think it's so funny that she says that somebody's lacking substance, and it's really her, because I've heard a lot of people saying that she used to, you know what I'm saying, that even though she was kind of laid back, she gave me tomboy, she gave me somebody that I thought could play basketball. Like I could relate a lot to her in some instances. But now, like, I feel like she's the one that lost substance out of everybody on that show is Robyn.
I gotta agree with you a little bit. Dang.
I don't know. We're gonna see. Season 7 is gonna be interesting. I think they're gonna keep everybody, honestly, but They should. I don't think they should. But I'm waiting, and it may not ever happen. But I'm waiting on the season that Gizelle and Robyn fall out. For real.
It's gonna happen. It's going to happen.
If they keep going that way, I do agree.
But you know what? They've made it 6 seasons blindly supporting each other. So they may break the record as the only close friendship that did not end on reality TV, because they always typically do.
Really?
Well, it's more so Robyn backing Gizelle, because Gizelle doesn't necessarily say the nicest thing to Robyn all the time, and when she snaps, the next time umbrella is up to her neck, she might just lose it.
Ronnie is team Robyn all the way. Okay, he has been saying, listen, he ain't said nothing bad about Robyn. He actually we be listening to their podcast. I have not.
Yes, I actually have.
Oh, and is it good? Is it good?
I listen to Reasonably Shady and boom. Let me get my notepad. No, just playing.
Oh damn! I really thought you had one. I was like, oh yes.
You thought we do like that? No, I do listen to Reasonably Shady, and I said, I used to like Robyn because you know what I'm saying, her story is kind of like mine a little bit. I grew up with a strict parent as well, and you know what I'm saying, I had times of, you know, smoking the weed and doing all that stuff and getting my ass back on track. I've never, you know, not made good grades. My mom was really crazy, but outside that, I had to be really sneaky and stuff like that. So I really like the first couple episodes is really just her describing herself, the contrast in who they were. Because Gizelle is approved. Like, she said stuff on Reasonably Shady, they'd be like, okay, Robyn was a thug. You know, she'll say some shit like that because Robyn said that she was looking with an older dude at one point, like a grown man when she was younger and stuff like that. And like, you know, I wasn't doing like that, but I grew up in like an urban high school. I went to a predominantly white schools all up until 9th to 12th grade, literally 4 years, and then I went to PWI. So it's just like I got a lot of relatability with her. So that's why it's killing me that she is really giving up her individuality to maintain a spot on this show.
Yeah. Well, they saying Wendy doing the same thing. It's just I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening.
It's not my fight. Well, no, I'm saying it's not my fight, y'all. Well, they're saying Wendy's doing the same thing. And so, in my personal opinion, there's nothing wrong with change. You get to decide who you want to be. So the fact that Robyn is doing the same thing and condemning Wendy for doing that exact same thing at the same time is blowing my mind. And to be honest, like, I know we going in on Robyn this episode, but it was just so easy to do. Like, I'd rather just go in on Ashley all day, but I couldn't do it this season. I mean, I couldn't do it this episode. I just couldn't, because it was just like, it was Robyn's episode, because she really inserted herself into a conversation that had nothing to do with her. She literally could have sat and ate her food without opening her mouth, but she decided not to.
This is a really good comment right here. Honestly, I'm gonna say this: when I first started watching Potomac, Robyn wasn't my favorite, but I liked her.
Yeah,
I liked her.
Me too.
Yep.
And I think I don't know at what point did she truly get under Gizelle's ass, like how she is now, but
that
she wasn't always like the first season. I thought that she was very relatable. You know what I'm saying? I thought that I was like, okay, you know, she seems down to earth. She's not, especially when the show first started, they were so snooty, and it was kind of like, okay, they think they up here, and girl, y'all wigs are bad.
Yeah.
Especially Karen. Karen thought she was top hot shit. Okay.
And so did Gizelle. She looked like a country bumpkin with a roller set Boston rap. That's all that she had. Boston.
So we have someone to join the live to get some commentary.
Oh, Jesus.
Add them right now. Welcome to the lead, Mel.
Hi,
I
Mel.
said where you calling from, but I think it says New York.
Hello.
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
How
are you?
I'm doing good. Enjoying the show as always.
Yes, man. Love
what you got to talk about? What's up?
Well, I agree with everything you were saying. I think my only observation I have for the episode was about Robyn too, but not in the way of dragging her, but just an observation that I was confused that she was so perplexed by Wendy's observation. So I thought that when Wendy and Robyn knew, I actually thought they had a cute, very adorable friendship. It was a scene last year where they all kids came together and they had ice cream, and they were together. And I thought it was very nice, but they were introducing themselves to each other. So coming to this year, where Wendy pretty much was ambushed. She was ambushed by Ashley and Gizelle. I, of course, think that Robyn would get caught up in the crossfire because she is basically Gizelle's bodyguard. So it was in the history of the show, and even the history with Wendy being there, every time Gizelle got in the hot seat, Robyn popped up to defend her. So I think that Wendy was like, okay, not this time. I'm going to let you know, boom, 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 boom. I think that you could have observations about your friends or people that you like, but you hold them to yourself because you respect them. But if they try you or they trigger you some way, you will reveal that to them. So I don't think that she was two-faced. I just think that she had observations about Robyn the same way that Gizelle and Robyn had observations about Wendy. They just were uncouth and shared it in a very hurtful way, and she got mad and she shared it to Robyn. And I think she let them both know what she felt. So I don't feel like she was unbalanced, is what I'm saying. I think that Wendy was very balanced. Also, You know what? I'm not sure if y'all watched this. I used to watch Married to Medicine with Mariah because I love Mariah. And yeah, and so Mariah used to listen. I used she was she's very friendly, but it was one scene where she was rekindling her friendship with Quad, and Quad was pretending to cry, and she said, "Well, I didn't see a tear come out the eye today. I needed somebody in the scene." To do that with Wendy, because I think that at the end of the day, Wendy, I love her and like her, but she's performing a little too much. She has grounds for her reading people, but I think she's too extreme. I think she can just sort of put it, lower it a little bit, be a little more grounded with her reactions, because I think her reactions are too big, very big. I think that she needs to just sort of, dial it in a little bit, I think.
Okay.
The last thing
we got somebody else.
Go ahead. Yeah,
it's okay. We got somebody else to join. Thank you for the commentary, and then we'll see you next week for the lead. I'll keep coming to it. Okay.
All right, sir. All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay. What's up, Raven? Welcome to
Lord,
the
it's Raven.
Calling from.
Don't do me, Asian. Hey, how y'all doing?
I know each other.
Yes.
So y'all Gizelle and Robyn. Okay.
No, we
don't
not.
do that.
Me and Raven do not agree. Just FYI on a lot of stuff.
We agree on some stuff, but not everything. I do think though that we can all agree. Well, anyway, for me, let me not give nobody their opinion yet. But I think that one thing that this franchise has a habit of is jumping on to one story. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want to tell their business. If we look at the fact that we already at episode 8 or 9, and we've been at that damn house for 4 episodes. So half the time we've been there, and it's been over the course of 2 days. We ain't this second half of the season. It looks like we're gonna get more of everybody's personal business, but ain't nobody got nothing going on.
Yeah.
Gizelle's beauty company defunct, ain't a thing no more. Robyn ain't selling nobody them fucking hats. That kangaroo meat restaurant is closed. You know what I mean? Like, the only person that really got something going on is Karen and Wendy. And so I feel like everybody is trying to dip their toe in and go in on Wendy. That's why I feel like they keep on trying to force this whole Eddie cheating thing, because there's 152 reasons why somebody would be different after they get their body done. Right. But it just got to be these rumors that don't nobody seem to believe. Right. Like y'all,
she's an easy target. She's an easy target. She's new, and I feel like anybody else that would have T come out, it wouldn't be that really surprising. It wouldn't really make much of a storyline because it's like we've seen it. So now Mia's gonna be next, and. It's Scarlet too, and maybe some with Candiace. That's the only ones we ain't got nothing from yet.
Well, they started building it up at Karen's couples party with the whole Mia was like, oh geez, I think that's weird. You got a handle on him. He's talking about he's Team Wendy. He wouldn't even look me in the eye. So it was already giving us that tea, just like she's too overprotective of that husband, and that she's living in cloud 9 and La La Land with the husband that's cheating on her. So that's the narrative they were trying to give us.
And I don't know if it's gonna give that, but I feel like he also, by the clips, he might be giving us nasty old man. Who? So I'm interested to see if we gonna have a Donnie part duh.
Oh yeah.
G,
you know what I mean?
No, it was giving more like he's nasty old man. Like they always looking like it don't surprise me. I mean, look at me. Yeah.
It's something about these old men. It's something about these old men.
Like these old men who love these young girls. We know that they. We know.
I can't believe that she would let something like that wreck her for JJ. There's so many other men out there that I would let wreck me. I would let you him.
But to be fair.
But okay, Raven, we gotta let you go. Thank you for being here today, and we gonna
see you. No, he's nasty though. Like I don't know, because I do like older men. So when I look at Shamia's husband and stuff, I think he's super attractive and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I know. Well, you think that's Condosa? What's her name? Contessa. You think Contessa's husband is nice looking, and I can think that Shamia's husband is nice looking.
Asia.
I did.
I said she looked like Franklin. I ain't never said Scott.
No, I said that he looked like Franklin the turtle, and you was
I made a post about it.
Contessa's husband is cute. Now I was like, I don't care.
That was me.
I think that man looks like a whole turtle. Okay, no. I want no part of Scott.
I'm gonna have to pull the receipt out when I went off on what's contestant's husband.
And I know what happened. Scott. His name is Scott. What happened is he posted about the turtle and you brought it on to the show. Just like somebody posted
you brought it onto the show.
Somebody brought it onto the show.
You brought it onto the show.
I gotta do a production edit.
You gotta set me up and hold on, what did he say? What did he say? You trying to build me up and bring me down?
No, I promise. I said that he's like high waters and all that stuff. And you said, I think he's okay. And I said, no.
I remember I said, I like Scott now, but because I think they little thing fake anyway. But he's not a perv like G. Them all perv.
Yeah, he just seems like he just really, drunk and touchy feely, and that's all. And because for Candiace to call him a pimp, I wonder what's going on with that. Like, I don't think she's gonna just come out with that. It got to be something that has been discussed in the group.
And the husbands are there when that happens.
I think that's the last episode, or that's like the end, close to the last episode. Yeah. Because if you notice, a lot of the looks, if you look in the scene, a lot of those scenes it feature the same outfits. Like when the shirt that Candiace had on was in the other scene too. So if it's mid-season, this episode 8, they're probably gonna get maybe another 8 episodes. Maybe
I thought they was gonna get like 10.
They stretched this trip out over 3 episodes, and this is just a regular trip. This, they gotta take their second trip if they're taking one. So it's gonna be interesting. We do have one question from Ronnie. He says, "Do you think Wendy getting too involved with messiness of Housewives could stop her bag as a TV commentator?"
Absolutely not.
You see how quick she turned that shit on and off? She was in front of them talking about the damn kids.
She is very robotic. Somebody said monotone. She did switch over really fast.
Yeah, she got a big vocabulary.
It's good to have that switch, but it's just like sometimes it does, translate into a conversation. She is kind of monotone when she talks, but I still like.
You know what? I was just gonna say. I really was thinking, I have this in my notebook. I was going to say that the only critique, I'm sure people can find everything about anybody that like, oh, she's too dark, she's too skinny, she got, The only thing that I've ever thought about with Wendy is that she and Kenya Moore both talk like they have shit in their mouth. Or it's like they need to really cough, do like one of them really hard. They both sound really stuffed up, and I just that's one of the only things I've ever really noticed about. Like I hate her voice, and she sounds kind of stuffed up, like that.
They take their breaks the way in the wrong spots.
They take too much time to say to enunciate to where it's like, is there like a grape in there? I know what you mean. Wendy has it worse.
Yeah, Wendy has like I have a deaf aunt, and they neck and neck. like whatever.
Ronnie is a Kenya stan too. Oh, we really got to go now.
Well, let me just say this. I did read. Whoever brought up the reason to say that, they was like, my point is that she would never go into it. And I want to just say I disagree with that, because at the end of the day, Robyn is Aries, and we've seen her, when she came in, messed up her showing when she was in real estate and stuff like that. She did check her, and she didn't mind checking her from the group either, because she wanted to hold her accountable. I think the desperation of her making sure that she has a spot on this show has kind of been what is the reason behind her losing character and substance and depth, because that's what I saw in the beginning. So I think the desperation of her not having a certifiable spot in seasons to come is why we see who we see now. But I definitely think that she can and will be able to do something like that with Gizelle if she had to, especially since now, she's changed her whole way of coming at the show based off of desperation.
Based off of desperation. Wendy to me is, so Brooke says she on Fox, so I don't know how great that
Fox. Is. That's a step down.
Yeah, but when she said Wendy's on commentating on Fox, but I feel like if Jamel Hill can still be working, then so can Wendy with her attitude. Like there's no real reason that she can't be working. But I think just the shot at Robyn was like, you ran up on me during a fight that wasn't yours, so you got done up on it. Like you ran up, get done up. Like I don't really think she's got too much out her face. like her political face to not be able to be on Fox.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna lean out. This episode was great. I had a great time. It was ladies' night. You know, one lady over here, one lady over here, one lady over here. I had fun.
So cute. So cute. I'm glad the gang was back
We're
together.
gonna lean out, of course, because I don't want Asia to talk about Robyn's Puka Mama no more.
I'm gonna stop. I promise.
Watching, thank y'all in the chat. It's been great. A lot of activity in there. And of course, if you're watching, be sure to go below this video and hit the thumbs up to like the video, share it, leave a comment, do all the things to support. We'll be here next Monday, same time. And of course, if you're watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we'll be there Wednesday at 8. Was it? Oh shit, I forgot. Just look on the page. It's at night though. But yeah, we'll get out of here. We'll see y'all later, and y'all have a good rest of y'all lovely Monday until episode 9. Good night.
Good night.
Black on black.